You bite into a donut. Before you've even swallowed, your brain has already started to change. Not in an hour, not after the sugar hits your bloodstream. Right now, in the first few seconds, a chain reaction is firing through your skull that's older than language, older than humans, and almost impossible to ignore. So what actually happens up there, between the first bite and the craving for a second? It starts on your tongue. Sweetness isn't a flavor your mouth detects by accident. It's a signal your body evolved to chase. Sweet meant ripe. Sweet meant energy. Sweet meant survival. So the moment sugar touches the taste receptors on your tongue, they fire a message straight up the nerve highways to your brainstem, and from there, deeper in. The signal lands in a small structure called the nucleus accumbens, your brain's reward center. Think of it as a scoreboard. Its job is to notice when something good happens and to make sure you remember it. And the way it remembers is with a chemical: dopamine. Here's the thing most people get wrong about dopamine. It's not the pleasure molecule, it's the wanting molecule. Dopamine doesn't make the donut taste good, it makes you want the next one. It tags the experience with a note that says, "Do this again." Now your brain releases a little dopamine for lots of things: a good meal, a kind word, a song you love. Normally the system is gentle. A small reward, a small signal, and the spike fades. But refined sugar isn't a normal reward. It's concentrated far beyond anything your ancestors ever found in nature. A wild berry might be mildly sweet. A soda is that signal, multiplied many times over. So the dopamine response is louder than the system was ever tuned for. Meanwhile, a second thing is happening. Sugar floods into your blood, and your pancreas answers with insulin, the hormone that ushers that sugar into your cells. Insulin does its job well, sometimes too well. Blood sugar that spiked fast now drops fast, and a crash leaves you foggy, tired, and, you guessed it, reaching for more sugar to climb back up. So now you've got two forces pushing the same direction: a dopamine signal screaming, "That was great, do it again," and a blood sugar crash whispering, "I need a lift." And here's where it gets sticky. Your brain is a prediction machine. It's constantly learning which actions lead to rewards so it can chase them automatically. Every time sugar triggers that oversized dopamine spike, the brain strengthens the wiring that links the cue, the vending machine, the afternoon slump, the smell of baking, to the action. Over time, you don't decide to want sugar. The craving arrives before the thought does. This is the same circuitry, the same dopamine pathways, the same reward learning that's involved in other hard-to-break habits. That doesn't mean a cookie is a drug, but it does mean your brain treats sugar with a seriousness it doesn't give to broccoli. There's a catch though, and it's an important one. The brain adapts. When you flood the reward system again and again, it turns down the volume. It makes fewer dopamine receptors to compensate. So the same donut that thrilled you last month feels a little flatter today. To get the old feeling back, you need more. Not because you're weak, because your brain rebalanced exactly as it was designed to. So the craving isn't a character flaw. It's a 200-million-year-old survival system doing precisely what it evolved to do. In a world that now sells that ancient signal in a wrapper on every corner for $1. Here's the good news. The same brain that learned the craving can unlearn it. Dopamine receptors regrow. The wiring that links cue to craving can weaken when the cue stops paying out. It's not instant, but it's reversible. So the next time a craving hits, you don't have to win a battle of willpower. You can just notice it for what it is: an old, loud signal firing in a brain that's smart enough to know better. One bite changes your brain, but so does understanding why.